great week. Great to come off the win last week. So
Yeah, very happy. Unfortunately, though, neither of us could actually get to that match, right?
yeah,
Never mind. I know it feels weird, doesn't it, not being
yeah,
at the match, but there you go. But at least we could see it on the FA player. Talking about the FA Cup as well. Leicester obviously come off a win on that. You got 2-1 away win at Birmingham as well. They beat Brighton at home as well, 1-9 in 1-0 early January as well. And I can actually, you know me, Al,
yeah.
I can never remember anything, right? But I can remember there was a pass, beautiful, more from the halfway line, from
Yes,
Sam Tierney to Jess Sigsworth, right? And then
yes,
do you see that beautiful
yes,
assist then
yes.
from like for O'Brien to kick it in? Mind you, she had to twist a bit to kick it in. And you know me, I can never remember anything. So for me to remember that, that's got to be pretty good. So yeah, again, I digress, but yes, we are talking about Leicester, so they have got something special, and they've got Lydia Bedford. I think that's made all the difference. Al, I'm going to
For
stop
sure.
waffling. Over to you.
No, for sure. I think Lydia has made a huge difference. They've definitely got that new manager bounce. I think the team has started to gel, which we had the problem at the beginning of the season, is it was practically, 15 new players coming to Leicester. So they've finally started to gel and you're starting to see,
Yeah,
an improvement. And I think, Leicester might be able to do the impossible and stay up this season, which if you
yeah.
told me that at their first beginning of their run, I would have said you had no hope.
No, I would have been putting a bet on that they'd have been on their way out. I mean, Leicester are one from bottom at the moment, with 9 points, aren't they? And Birmingham sitting right at the bottom with four. So that was a bit of a battle, wasn't it, at the beginning? To be fair, so yes, yeah, and Lydia Bedford also. Nah, I've got to try and recall this. Said something about to make sure that they play their games like they've got no points at all and sitting at the bottom of the table. So that's the mentality that she's kind of putting through to them, not to let the commitment that they've shown disappear, or they reckon that obviously they get caught out quickly. So basically, it's all about keeping their feet on the ground. And obviously, Lydia Bedford, well, that's what she's good at. And I know I've mentioned it before, but just in case anyone's listening to the show for the first time, Lydia Bedford came straight from the England youth coach as well, the women's youth coach, obviously, to take the Leicester job. So that's her background.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that pedigree is huge for them. It's a bit like if you got Mo Marley back at Everton, which to be honest, I wouldn't put it past Everton to talk about our previous opponents. But yeah, I think Leicester are on a huge upswing. But I think we can do it. We beat them 4-0 in the reverse fixture.
Yeah.
Tamika got her first goal for us then. And I don't think she'll be back for this game because she's recovering from COVID. But I did see Yui's back in training.
Saw that. Not
So
sure.
that,
Lisa got a knock from last week's match as well, but I think
yeah,
she's going to be okay by the sounds of it.
yeah, from what I can see, Howers should be back from her knock and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So hopefully we should have a pretty full squad apart from the injuries that we're aware of.
Yeah, which is the usual Leon Barker acceptor. But obviously as well, I think we had a week before as well, Kings Meadow as well. We had a great match against them. Losing 2-0, I think, considering we've lost 8-0 in the past. And again, I should stop mentioning that. I think we put up a really good performance, and a lot of our players, or majority of our players, are all on fire. Absolute fire.
They are, ones to watch out for is Dagny. I think Dagny is absolutely found her shooting boots. She's a great integral midfielder. I think it's quite fun because we've got Stringer as a defensive midfielder, although she got her first goal last Sunday.
And also, she's got 5 cards, hasn't she now? So I don't
Yeah,
know if she'll be
I don't
playing.
think she'll be able to play, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. So that's the only thing with Abby. You do miss her in the middle, don't you? Again, another underrated player, I think. A little bit like Quinn, always goes under the radar, right? But I think they're really two cracking players.
Yeah, I do think we're going to miss her, but I do think we've got players that can fill that spot because Yui's back. So if we've
Yeah,
got Yui back, then Dagny can go a bit more defensive, even though she's an
true.
attacker, and we can have Yui up front as a mid. So I think we'll be all right in that front.
Although I do love Dagny more in the attacking role. I know she does such a great job tracking back all the time, but I do prefer it when she's just really her job is to actually just attack.
No, I think she's a good universal midfielder. I do,
Yeah,
in the fact that we use her well
we do.
in when so when we've got Abby, she's an attacker and she's an attacking midfielder. When we don't have Abby, we can have her slot back defensively. I think Yui again is little but mighty, and again is really good at tracking back and stuff like that. So we have missed that slightly. So having her back is going to be a big thing. But do you know what? You know, we weren't a big fan of her before, but Walker's come in and got her shooting boots and getting a couple of goals.
Yeah.
That we need. And of course, the mighty Svikova, who got us the win against Aston Villa. Again, a beautiful player on the wing. Is defensive, is attacking. She's everywhere. I would love to see some of her heat maps because she is absolutely everywhere on that pitch. But the only thing I can really say about the Leicester game is neither team really have home advantage because, funny enough, our men team are playing Leicester at the King Power. We tried to get a double header, but Leicester weren't buying it, which I thought was a bit of a shame, but because that's a missed opportunity. So we're going down to Burton on Trent, which is probably as near to Leicester as I am.
Crazy, right? It's just assuming everyone's going to go to the men's game, not bother with the women, so they're just going to say, right, we'll just put them there, that's fine, we'll just shove them down there out the way.
I would rather if they'd gone back to their old home ground of Cornef, because that was at least in Leicestershire. Because funny note is I'm bringing my parents to this game away. My dad's like, oh, I'll drive, and then he went, are you sure you mean Burton? And I'm like, no, I'm very much sure I mean Burton. But that's not Leicestershire. And I was like, no, it's not.
That's great. We'll have more Hammers fans up there then.
Oh,
well
absolutely.
done. Well done, Mum and Dad Coker. Yeah.
Me and my mum will. Get behind them. But so that being said, they don't really have a home advantage because they haven't really played that ground very much because they have been at the King Power for most of it or the Cornwall FC ground. So it's going to be an unusual ground for them. So you can't say they're going to have home advantage. It's going to be a battle. I think, again, we're seeing more physicality in the league. We're seeing more physical teams up and coming. You know, you've got Sigsworth up front. You know, got Natasha Flint, who is a cracking player. Again, a very physical player. Ex-Man City, ex-Blackburn. And stuff like that. So they've got some quality players. You've got Lavelle, who's really found her form as a goalkeeper.
Right, totally.
So I don't think it's going to be a walkover, but I do think we're going to get the 3 points.
Yeah, going to be an exciting match. I don't like boring matches anyway. You know, don't feel, you know, we have to be at the edge of our seats, don't we? That's how we enjoy it. So, okay, so, I mean, look, I Brian, I think we've got to watch. Who else do you think you've mentioned her already as well, Sixton. Who are we going to watch?
Sigsworth and Flint, I think. Those are the two. They have found a really nice partnership. I mean, our ex-player Esme de Graaf seems to be working really well with Sigsworth. I think that's been a really good partnership. But you know, matching up, and she's found her shooting boots. She got the 3rd goal in that Tottenham win in the FA Cup. So you know, we're going to cheer her on as well after the match, and no love lost with Esme. And
no, it's great to see her doing so well. It's great. It's always great when you see, because she was always good with the fans as well. So, you know, it's always good to give them a shout when we're at their grounds and a little clap. Right, okay, scores. I'm going to go for it. I think we are on fire at the moment, the players that we've got. Obviously, we've got some out, but I am going to go 2-1 for us.
I like it. I'm going to say that we're going to give it 3-1. We beat them 4-0 last time, but I think they have come on a little bit stronger. But I do think, we said, shooting boots, 3-1.
I see. Okay, good stuff. Here we go. Thanks for joining in, and please like and subscribe. You're actually going to see some text, I think, at the bottom. I hope you are. Otherwise, I'm going to look like an idiot doing this. But yeah, so hopefully you're going to see some text at the bottom. And like, subscribe. See you next time. Cheers, Al. See you later.
Cheers. Bye.